Sorry about the interruption. Got knocked off of the network. Reynolds pushes it down for Apollo. Apollo, Reynolds, and Chalicki are out. Onak and Christos at D. Storm able to get the puck out of the scrum. Puts it down towards Prisgintis behind the net. Prisgintis gets it up the far board. Shot, save in front. Another shot high and into the netting. We'll get a line change. Letcher, Pulauskas, Nietzsche, Campbell, and Rybicki. So again, apologize for getting knocked off the network. Still 0-0, 16:02 remaining. Nietzsche, Pulauskas with him. Shot, pass. Nice job disguising the pass by Nietzsche, but good stick by Storm to block it. Storm going the other way. Pulauskas gets a body on. Cutting, leaves it for Rybicki. Rybicki gets it up to Letcher and tied up. Puck makes its way to Pulauskas. Pulauskas across the red line, makes a move. Puck gets knocked into the corner. Letcher is there. Letcher drops it for Pulauskas, gets knocked aside. Letcher, good stick, in feet. Pulauskas still battling. Storm has 3. Nietzsche, good back check. Storm got a shot, it's blocked and goes behind the net. Pulauskas, Rybicki, Campbell. Puck hits the netting and gets blown dead. Wholesale change for Fury coming up. Carter, Kredidio, Kushkowski, Miller, and Prisgintis. .15:06. Kushkowski takes the draw. Prisgintis digs it out of feet, gets it over to Carter. Carter up for Kredidio. Storm. Kushkowski, really good hustle to get in the way there. Good hit by Kushkowski. Kredidio takes the puck away. Kredidio's pass gets tipped. It goes in the corner. Prisgintis is there. Storm push it behind the net and into the corner. Kredidio pushes it around for Prisgintis. Prisgintis' shot is blocked by Storm and goes behind the net. Carter gets there first and puts it back down. Kredidio pushes it up the boards for Miller. Miller, puck gets knocked into the neutral zone, but Carter is there to help out. Carter behind the net, over to Prisgintis. Prisgintis up for Kushkowski. Storm regroup. Puck turnover, knocked away. Carter was there, but Storm were able to get a stick on it. Miller slows down the transition. Kredidio gets a shot on the Storm player, and the puck goes back in the neutral zone. Storm get loose. Shot goes high and wide. Onak's come out on D. Pass was tipped. It goes all the way down. Storm player leaves it. Kruger comes on. Brown and Bergeron are on. Kruger doing a nice job of providing pressure. Puck goes into the corner. Bergeron forces a pass up the boards. Kruger gets there, but then Kruger's pass intercepted. Brown harassing his man, puts him into the boards. Puck goes behind the net. Centering pass misses everybody and goes all the way back down. Bergeron on his horse comes in to provide pressure. Pass, cross ice, hits a Storm player in the hand. Kruger picks it up, gets it into the zone, and it's on the board. Cross ice pass misses, but Campbell keeps it in, goes down for Bergeron. Bergeron working up the boards, gets it to Campbell. Campbell gets some assistance. Brown tips it, gets blocked, it goes into the corner. Puck carried into the neutral zone. One man on, good stick by Campbell. Brown comes in to help, gets taken out. Two players, Onak and Brown, get taken out by the same guy who lost an edge in front there, but puck goes into the neutral zone. Reynolds comes out. Storm bring it in. Take a shot, and cutting into his glove. No rebound, and we'll get a change. Paulo, Chalicki, Reynolds, Miller, and Rybicki. 12:19 to go in the second, still 0-0. Puck off of the faceoff, won by Storm. Shot from the D into the glove of Cutting. Rybicki off of the glass, but intercepted by Storm. Nice job by Reynolds to get to that puck, shot high and into the netting. Chalicki adjusting his gear. Officials wait for him. Face-off one over to Chalicki, shot blocked, and Storm got a guy free. Miller gets back and knocks the puck away. Puck into the corner, centering pass misses. Over to the near board, Reynolds is there. Puck comes loose to Paulo to Chalicki. Rybicki gets a hold of it and carries in. Still has it. Centering misses, goes wide. Paulo does a nice job to keep that puck in. Rybicki puts a nice hit on the Storm player. Puck comes over to Chalicki. Chalicki shot off of the pad. Good opportunity for Fury there off of puck in the middle. Miller gets Reynolds just off sides on the change. He had a step. Palauskas, Nietzsche, Letcher have come out. Prisgintis and Onak at D. 11:19 remaining in the second, still 0-0. Nietzsche wins that back to Onak. Onak dumps it in. Storm, reverse course, go behind the net, look to pass, cross ice, but nobody's there. Storm still carrying it. Bring it into the neutral zone, past the red line, and dump it in. Onak avoids contact, gets it cross ice for Letcher. Letcher circling, waiting for help, gets it Nietzsche. Nietzsche, quick shot underneath the goaltender. Nice rush by Fury on the transition. Letcher, smart play to wait for help. Nietzsche, quick shot, almost caught the Storm goaltender off guard. Credidio, Kushkowski, and Carter come out. Onak and Prisgintis at D. Kushkowski knocks that puck to the far board. Storm get a hold of it and dump it in. No icing. Onak tying up in the corner. Kush trying to move the puck. Finally comes loose. Carter moves it over to Prisgintis. Prisgintis carries into the zone. Still carrying. Centering. Blocked. Kushkowski working hard to get back. It's a 2-on-1. Onak. Puck bounces off of Onak onto Cutting. A couple players slide into the net. Cutting able to push the puck to the side, and a whistle is blown. 10:06 remaining in the second. Bergeron, Brown, Kruger come out. Campbell and Rybicki at D. Puck knocked free. Oh. Puck bounces off of cutting and into the middle in a bunch of feet. Storm get a shot, blocked in front, comes over to Brown. Brown's got Bergeron wide. He's looking, goes over to Kruger instead. Kruger gets a shot, bounces off of the pad and into the corner. Bergeron gets there. Kruger gets up, pass, goes wide. Brown cutting back on the forward, goes into, Storm brings it in, brings it out. Hard hit. Brown pressure, comes over to help. Couple of flybys there, and Storm are able to bring it in. Puck hits off of cutting. Something's kind of slowed down here. A little strange on the mess. Puck over to the corner. Campbell's got two guys on a change. Kruger does well to get a stick on it, but couldn't quite control it. Puck goes in some feet. Brown comes over to help. Brown gets a bit of a nudge. Puck goes over to the near board. Reynolds is there. Puck going all the way down. Brown goes for a change. Campbell. Chilicki comes out. So Chilicki, Reynolds, and Kruger are out. Campbell goes for a change. Porzingis comes on. Puck behind some feet. Still battling. Comes loose to Storm. Paulo does a nice job to get there and get a stick on. Puck goes back deep. Paulo into the corner. Miller gets in the way of that pass. Storm tried to get it out. Paulo keeps it on. Shot goes wide and into the corner. Chilicki up to Porzingis. Porzingis shot into the chest and gloved. Reynolds tried to get a stick on the rebound, but the glove gets it first. .802 to go in the second. We're going to keep the same personnel. Storm get another quick change. Storm have a smaller bench, so I understand the quick changes. Face-off won by Reynolds, but then taken off of Chilicki and brought back in. Storm have a guy, couple of misses. So puck sat in front of cutting for a couple of players. One whiff, and then it finally gets sick of a Storm forward, and they put it in. So 7:50 to go in the second. It's 1-0 Storm. Onak, Campbell, Pulauskas, Nietzsche, and Letcher. Nietzsche ties up his guy. Puck winds up in some feet over to Letcher. Letcher gets it to Campbell. Campbell up for Pulauskas. Pulauskas chips it in. Nietzsche's hurt, but he's up. Looks like there's a penalty for a slash. Nietzsche took the slash. And Storm are going to sit for 2. Our power play line comes out. Chilicki, Reynolds, Paulo, Campbell, and Onak at D. Reynolds is going to take the draw. Face-off one over to Paulo. Paulo gets it to the sideboard, and Reynolds comes to help out. Campbell cross ice for Onak. Onak down for Chilicki. Shot by Campbell wide in front.